Did you get a notice from the IRS and you don't know why? Let's talk about what you need to do next in today's video. Oh, goodness. I don't know if you live in this state where you're afraid to go to the mailbox or not. I've known some clients who have felt that way and they hated the mailbox trip. Or if you have just gone to the mailbox expecting to find bills and maybe a birthday card and you got a nasty gram from the IRS or your State Department of Revenue and you're a little afraid to open it. You're not alone. I would say quite often, more often, do my clients come in and tell me, I just put that in a drawer and I didn't mess with it. I was afraid to open it. I was afraid to look. If that's you, you're in good company. A lot of taxpayers do that. Who wants to open the scary closet in the scary movie? There's a boogeyman back there. But let me tell you this. I get a lot of correspondence from the IRS. I do. Some of it I get because I'm a power of attorney for clients, and so I get copies of their notices. Some of it I get because... most of it I get it for that reason, but I get correspondence from the IRS too because I represent before the IRS, and so they have to send me correspondence that says it's time to renew this license or it's time to, do this continuing ed. So I get a lot of IRS correspondence, a lot of State Department of Revenue correspondence, and sometimes the State Department of Revenue correspondence is just saying there's a sales tax holiday for back to school for 2 days, and sometimes it's saying there's something wrong. I would exhort you to please open the correspondence. Make yourself a cup of tea, get comfortable, and open it. Or just go ahead and open it before you leave the mailbox. Just open it. Open it and respond. Or open it and ask for help. Or open it and be relieved that it says, oh, we're just letting you know that we sent you a stimulus payment for this much. Because there's been a lot of those happening too, that you get those letters too. Granted, they look a little more like a form letter and you can kind of tell that it's not anything specific to you. But, we're getting a lot of those too. 3 this year. Well, in the last 12 months, I guess, 3. So, if you get a letter from the IRS or State Department of Revenue, don't just stick it in a drawer, because I do get a lot of phone calls. I hope I don't step on toes with this. I really hope I don't. We do get a lot of phone calls here at the office. Did I even say who I am? Did I mention that I am? I hope I did. I hope I mentioned that I'm Alison Eddings, an accountant in private practice, and so I work with taxpayers a lot. And we get calls. It's an emergency. I'm being garnished. It's an emergency. My house is being levied. It's an emergency. My bank account's been levied. That is not the first notice. Nobody ever gets levied without multiple notices. Now, it might happen that if you move a lot, let's say you're military and you move a lot, that the IRS might not catch up with you and it might be a bank levy. But you know what? I'm thinking if you're military, they're going to have the right address anyway, because my military clients are, and I've never served in the military, so I don't know, but my military clients, I will say, are meticulous about filing without extensions, filing promptly, filing accurately. They're meticulous about making sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. So that might not be the case, but the levies come after lots and lots of unanswered mail. So open the mail, make the phone call, write a letter back in response to the letter that you've gotten, or ask for help. You might find that the letter's nothing scary. You might find that the letter's confusing. And I will say that I read a case, do a lot of tax court cases, and I researched them just for fun too, because I'm kind of weird that way. And I was reading a case last week. Yes, while I was on vacation, I was reading tax court cases, and my husband got on to me. But it was interesting where a taxpayer incorrectly responded to a notice. It was a really, what we call a really simple notice, a CP 2000, that could have just been, oh yeah, we can deal with this. And well, they ended up accidentally appealing to the tax court, which you kind of don't want to do. And eventually it got to a preparer that was helping, a CPA that was helping this taxpayer. And so we were advising this other associate to just follow the course, even though it could have been easier resolved outside, because once you get so far down the line with appeals that you really need to finish the appeals process, because you won't be able to get out of it otherwise. So if you feel like you do need help, get help. But if you feel like you can read the letter and respond and say, oh, you're right, I did not report that $75 in interest, or you're right, I did forget that I had inherited some stock that I sold that year because it was early in the year and I totally forgot. It was 12 months later. And you know, if it's something that simple, maybe just handle it yourself. But if it's not, reach out to a CPA near you. I think I might actually put, I've recently had an associate start a new group where it's a referral source for you. So if you're in Washington State, you can put in your zip code and you can find somebody who practices before the IRS in your zip code. So I think I might put that in the links for you guys so that you can have that tax help there. Not that I get a kickback or anything, just, you know, might be a helpful thing. But open it, look at it, answer it, because nobody's going to garnish your bank account if you're working with them. There's installment agreements, there's offers and compromise, there's all kinds of ways to resolve things that the IRS does not have to go to your employer and let them know, or go to your bank and let them know, or go to your mortgage holder and let them know. And trust me, having worked with taxpayers since 2001, I was in audit prior to that. So prior to 2001, I was in audit. But having worked with taxpayers for a long time, I'll tell you that that's really what they don't want to happen. They don't want their boss to know. They don't want their bank to know that they've got problems. So please do reach out for help, or at least answer the mail. And I would say right now in COVID times, don't answer with you can't answer with email. Don't answer with snail mail, because they're still processing letters from before COVID. And that just stinks. So maybe now is a really good time to have a professional preparer help you out, because it is kind of gross communicating with IRS right now. So if this content was helpful, useful, I know it's not inspirational, but maybe it was helpful or useful, subscribe, like, share. I would really appreciate it, because I'd love to get more of this content out to more taxpayers so that they can defend themselves against overreach. We'll just call it overreach. Maybe no, you don't need to. I don't want IRS to come and hunt me down, because you don't necessarily need to be defended against them. But there's no reason for you to pay more tax than you should. There's no reason for you to pay more penalties than you should. And I just want to help you figure out how to not make that happen. So like, subscribe, share. That would be a blessing to me. Thank you so much, and have a great day.